All right, day 2. We are back for more, back for more. Day 1, not too bad, not too bad. It was a little bit nervous, but I got it posted, just did the video, got it posted. I don't know, came out okay, I guess. I don't know, it's whatever. You know, I wanted to keep it simple, right? I wanted to do something that was simple and easy to, what's the word? Sorry, I'm looking outside my window right now. I wanted something that was simple and easy and repeatable. I wanted something that was repeatable. So I said, how am I gonna do this? So I finished the video. It was like a 10-minute video. And I was like, okay, how do I get this to my computer? I have an Apple iPhone and I've got a non-Apple computer. I've got a Windows computer. So I was like, okay, how am I gonna transfer this over? Do I want to do cloud? Do I want to try to do some type of physical data transfer with a cable? And I said, so what if I bypass all of that? And instead, what if I just literally just use the YouTube app on my phone? Literally, the video is already on my phone. So I was like, let me just upload it straight from there. And it worked. It was super easy. And, as far as I was thinking, I was like, what name do I want to use, right? What name? I thought maybe you could use like some, like a very searchable name, like, what I'm doing is practicing watching yourself on camera, and I thought maybe pick some name, like, I don't know, something like self-development journey. It's a pretty good name. Or like watch yourself on camera. Name that, make that the name of the channel. But I was like, I don't want to put too much pressure or anything like that. Or anything like that. So I was like, let me just name it. I named it the Enlightened Frying Pan. All right, it's like, what? Why would you name it that? And the reason why is because it's just so random. It's random, it's ridiculous, and well, the reason why was because actually, several years ago, this was back during COVID-19. Yeah, back during COVID, what the hell is that? Oh, back during COVID, I was like, I want to start like doing stuff on social media. So of all things, I made a Twitter account. It's like, I'll make a Twitter account. That should be easy, right? You type up posts and whatnot. So I did that, and I did like one post a day for maybe 30 days or something like that. And I just, it wasn't easy to do, or I said I wasn't passionate about it, or it just, I guess I got my standards increased, the quality of my content. I wanted it to be better and better, and I couldn't keep that. I couldn't maintain that level of quality. So I simply stopped. 1 second. So I simply stopped doing it. Which kind of sucks, right? Like, and it was a pretty cool deal. I was getting a good amount of impressions. Basically, what I did was I would just like make a comment. I made like in the bio I put economic commentator, right? I didn't want to put like political commentator or something like that because I didn't want it to be too controversial, right? Like, nothing too controversial. And that's another thing. I'll get back to that in a second. That's another thing I want to do for any of these videos. I want to, lay a couple of ground rules, just because I was thinking about it. I was like, what would you want to talk about? Let's lay a couple of ground rules. So first, I'll try to avoid politics. Nothing about sex. Nothing about religion. Nothing about violence, right? So we'll try to keep those 4 things, probably more things, out of the equation, right? Just so nothing crazy. It's so easy to say something stupid. Like, how easy is it to say something stupid online? It's really easy. I probably am doing it right now. Not really, but you know what I mean, right? It's super easy. So hopefully with those couple of ground rules in place, hopefully we can avoid some of that stuff. Now, how do I want to proceed. What were we talking about? Yeah, we were talking about the Twitter thing. Twitter, right? So Twitter X now. X. Ooh. How do I want to proceed? So on X, I was posting comments on different, like, I found like a very popular post, and I just put a comment, and the comment was I would ask a question. Like, I would just ask kind of a thought-provoking question, just kind of like share some of my beliefs about, how I viewed this situation. But instead of making a statement, I asked a question, right? Just to kind of like start up a conversation, add more to the conversation. I did it for a month or two, and it just kind of fell off. Good try. Actually, back during COVID, I wanted to make content, and this was right when the game Fortnite was like really popping off. Fortnite was like exploded. So I went online and I made some Fortnite. I was trying to make like Fortnite reaction videos, and I did like 3 videos. I did like 3 videos. They were kind of bad. I just like posted some of my like really trash Fortnite content. And I think the reason why I didn't continue with that is I just didn't like the game. I didn't like it that much. It's a really competitive game. And it's just like, I'm not really trying to play it like that. So, I'd stop doing that, right? But good try, just decent ideas, find something that's popular and, jump on it and try to. Sorry, I just got a text. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Some drama, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I just got on Fortnite. I saw it was the next big thing, and I got on it. But the thing is, I don't even like the game, so I'm just like, it just didn't pan out, right? Which is fine. It's fine. So, you want to do something that you like, and I guess the reason why I picked that is because it was so popular. I wanted to do something that was, what's the word? Because it's popular, it would go viral. Yeah, that's the word, viral. I was like, I want to go viral. But, through this, one thing I'd mentioned in the past video, and I'm going to probably be a common theme throughout these videos, is it's not about the views. But, I was thinking, I was like, if it's not about the views, what is it about? You're posting it on YouTube. Why don't you just keep it? Why don't you just keep post the videos and keep them on your computer, right? So it's kind of about the views, but it's not just about going viral. It's about, and as I thought about it more, it's about not just getting any type of views. It's about getting the right kind of views, right? So like, if you live in a certain city, the person who kind of recommended it, they were like, hey, what if you get a video and you don't get like millions of views, but what if you get like, I don't know, let's say a few hundred views, and you have a couple of people that like your content, and they like watching it, and then let's say you're out and about, in your town, and you have a couple people walk up to you and say, hey, I really love your videos. And they're like, that is like a huge bump in social proof, right? Like imagine the social proof you'd get if you're sitting there hanging out with, let's say you're hanging out with a group of friends, or you're on a date or something, and then some people come up and they say, hey man, I really love your stuff, randomly out of the blue. Like imagine the social proof you'd get, right? Like that would be pretty cool. It makes you, makes you kind of seem famous. You become like a F-list celebrity. You have like A-list celebrities, right? Like, Leonardo DiCaprio, like The Rock, I don't know who else, Idris Elba, like, I don't know, who else, right? Margot Robbie, stuff like that. But you would be like an F-list celebrity in your town. So I guess that's one reason why, try to find not just any viewers, but the right viewers, that type of thing. Anyways, we're getting to 10 minutes here, and that's probably about as long as I want to talk. And I could probably talk for longer, but it's a good start. Day 2 video, it's number 2 down. And yeah, what's the purpose? Just keep talking on camera, trying to get better and better on camera, right? You know, I stuttered a little bit in this one. Whatever. You know, I'm just gonna post it unedited. And why unedited? It's like, dude, you just want to make it easy. Easy. I mean, no roadblocks. Just do it. Post it. That's kind of my mentality here. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. We'll see if we can be back for day 3. Till next time.